I know a millionaire who's burdened down with care. A load is on his mind. He's thinking of the day when he must pass away and leave his wealth behind. I haven't any gold to leave when I grow old. Somehow it passed me by. I'm very poor, but still I leave a precious will when I must say goodbye. I leave the sunshine to the flowers. I leave the springtime to the trees, and to the old folks I leave the memories of a baby upon their knees. I leave the nighttime to the dreamers. I leave the songbirds to the blind. I leave the moon above to those in love when I leave the world behind. When I leave the world behind. I leave the sunshine to the flowers. I leave the springtime to the trees. And to the old folks, I leave the memories of a baby on their knees. I leave the nighttime to the dreamers. I leave the songbirds to the blind. I leave the moon above for those in love when I leave the world behind. When I leave the world behind.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brad Webber, and my role here today is to help you all celebrate the life of and pay tribute to late Charles Joseph Nalder. Charles passed away on the 30th of June at 99 years of age, 99 and 10 days years of age. On behalf of Rob, John, Tom, and of course the extended family, thank you all so much for your presence here today. I know the family wish to express a huge heartfelt thank you. Now, whether you've travelled from near or far to be here this morning, again, a huge thank you. For coming to say your farewells and of course to pay tribute to Charles' life, again, thank you. For those that have joined us online this morning, the family would like to say a huge thank you for taking time out of your day and joining us with your online presence. As much as your thoughts and prayers are with us here in the chapel saying farewell this morning, we're also thinking of you having to say your farewells through a computer screen. Special mention this morning needs to go to some of Charles' family members. Charles' brother Jim, who passed away just 2 days ago. Charles' brother Tom and Charles' sister Betty. This morning I'm going to ask Tom to come forward. He's going to share some thoughts and some memories of his father's life. Thank you, Tom.
Okay. Well, the Master Mariner. Well, his pride and joy was the Master Mariner ticket. And his aim towards the end of his last few years was to reach 100. He didn't make 100, but he met his 100th year. Like, he'd be happy with that because his pacemaker, he got value out of his pacemaker. So he'd be happy with that. He was born in 1930 as a Kiwi, but he spent more time here as an Aussie. So he's an Aussie now. In 1930, when he was 7 years old, he lost his mother when she was giving birth to Auntie Betty. And after Auntie Betty was born, she passed away 2 days later. Dad had to say goodbye when the ambulance took her to hospital because they knew she wasn't coming back. So he had to say goodbye at the door. And once Auntie Betty was born, she passed away. Granddad told Dad and Jim and then sent them to school the same day that she passed away. Now, I don't know how that goes, but then they went to school. I'm going to hang on a minute. They went to school and Dad said there was just no one to look after them, so they ended up with housekeepers. They turned over and over housekeepers, and that's when Grandma arrived. She arrived as the housekeeper, and Dad and Jim were sent off to boarding school. Dad said all they needed was strict discipline, a bit of discipline. Could you imagine what that was in 1930? So after he'd finished grade 7 at school, he was told he had to leave, find a job. So he moved, finished grade 7 at boarding school, went looking for a job. His first job was in a paint factory, washing bottles, filling them with turpentines, mineral water. That lasted 2 weeks. And then he got another job in a brass factory, which lasted 3 months. As you'll hear a little, he didn't go much on land jobs. They didn't last long. So during the Depression, he went out to Auckland looking for a job. Sitting on the wharf, he heard somebody being fired. So he ran up and asked for their job. This bloke said he could have the job if he was back within an hour because they were sailing. So off they sailed, and that's where his love of the sea life came. He started then. So during his life, he's written in the last few years, he's written 3 life stories. It was like a printing press there for a while, that just kept coming. So I've got 3 life stories, I've got Granddad's story, and I've got a family tree. So if you haven't read it, you should actually read it. You'll understand why Dad was Dad. Like the things that he went through, the things that he did, and why he was the way he was. When the war started, he was on a merchant ship. They turned all merchant ships into troop carriers. They put 2 guns on the rear and 1 gun on the front and gave them a day's training. They turned his ship, the Aratia, if I pronounce it, I don't know, Aratia, from a 400 ship, carried 400 passengers, to a 3,500 troop carrier. And then on the 11th/11/42, at the age of 22, the Aratia was sunk. He had to jump off because the ladders wouldn't reach the lifeboats. So as it was going down, he jumped. He floated around the sea in a Mae West life jacket for hours until someone picked him up. They took him to the nearest ship and they refused him to let him on board because it was full. Like how he went through it, I don't know. So then they went to the next ship, which accepted them. Once they were on board, they looked back. The ship they were getting onto had been bombed and sunk. It was on fire. So once he got into that ship, he said they put him in downstairs. And when he was down there, he said he spent 24 hours listening to torpedoes and bombs going off, waiting when it was going to be his turn. So just amazing how he went through. So once they got to shore, they gave him a set of clothes and some money and said, see you in a fortnight. And as Dad said, all they did was a pub crawl. For 2 weeks they lived in a pub. He says pub and women. That's what he wasted the money on. But then, I don't know who else would do this. After he'd done that for 2 weeks, he decided to enrol in school to improve his education. Like you're almost been killed 4 times and he wants to improve his education. But that's just a part of that. You should read his book to get an understanding of it. He married Mum in 49. Rob was born in 51. John in 54, when Dad was still at sea. He spent 25 years at sea, living months on end with only men, and served or worked on 20 different ships. So spending that time with just males all the time, you could imagine what it was like. He did say they really enjoyed shore leave, which I reckon they would. He gave up the sea in 59. He said he was sick of the wine, women and song, as he said, the song goes. He tried a few jobs on shore again, which didn't actually work, so he didn't like normal work. Decided to go to start a farm. He bought a farm, 15 acres with a friend, and turned the shed into a house or a shack or whatever you want to, a living quarters, and started the pig farm. He stayed there for 9 years. And I was born on the farm. Rob and John both worked on the farm. You would have heard a few stories about it, I'm sure. I just tried to stay alive and uninjured. And then he sold the farm in '69 at the age of 46. In '72, at the age of 46, and went back to sea. In 1972, he started a job as superintendent at the Balmain Wharf, and in '74, he took over the Burnie Wharf in Tasmania, and I moved to Tasmania with him. In '85, he retired. They bought a camper van and travelled Australia. He actually says that's the best time of his life, when Mum and Dad just travelled Australia for 12 months. Mum's dementia slowly got worse and worse, so they sold up in Tassie and came up here to Kincumber. And Dad was looking after Mum 24/7. And then Mum passed away in 2004. Dad sold up and moved down to Castle Hill. When in Castle Hill, he met Olive Watson, a lady friend, which they had a good time there. Oh, that sounds bad. But as a friend. But anyway, so they did holidays and so forth together. But when Olive passed away, Dad was lost. He was back to where he was when Mum passed. He moved back up here, and says he moved up here to make it easier for Rob to see him. But really it was time for him to go into a nursing home and he needed 24-hour care. That's what it was. When Dad retired, I spent a lot of time with him, and I had a lot of fun with him. Like, he was completely different in his working life till the time he retired. Like, I'll miss him big time. I had a lot of fun with him. He leaves behind 3 sons, 5 grandchildren, 4 great-grandchildren, and 2 great-great-great-grandchildren. And he should be proud of his life. Rest in peace, Dad.
Thanks, Tom. Leanne, you're right to come and share.
I'd just like to say a few words on behalf of my pop and what he meant to me. Like Uncle Tom said, he had a great time with him. I did too. Being the first granddaughter, I had a special bond with him. So quietly one night, Pop simply went to sleep. No more to wake, now only in our memories we shall keep. We all gather here, family, far and near, and quietly we all will shed a little tear. As we now lay him close to Nan within the ground, a little comfort can be found. But Pop's not truly gone, because his memory shall always live on, never to be forgotten and always to be admired for his determination, along with his wisdom, respected for his knowledge and true passion for the sea. One thing I smile about is what commonly would always pretty much take place in every conversation with Pop. Like a short odds favourite, Pop Nalder's opinion was a coming and it was always given. So we can always have a little chuckle. And 9 times out of 10, it was always a little controversial, but pretty much no stuffs were given on behalf of Pop. I'll always remember many of these moments of opinions and have a little smile. 99 and a great-great-grandfather. That itself deserves a medal. You are like a vault of wisdom and 1,000 storybooks in one. We'll always remember our Tassie visits and police pull-over speeding tickets, rushing us back to the airport. Get rid of them. Marking your battle over the tomato sauce, homemade moments. I'll miss your company and our visits. I'll miss our days of computer fixes. But sadly, it's time to say our goodbye as you set sail, your final voyage to your new destination, as I'm sure Nan will be there, waiting at Heaven's Port for you to dock. Bon voyage, Pop.
Thanks, Leanne. We're going to pause the service now and put some images up on the screen from Charles' life. You've each arrived today carrying your own memories. You've all shared a moment, a time or a place. What this does now, it gives you an opportunity to grab some more memories, add them to the ones that you've arrived with today, and leave with an even bigger picture of Charles' life.
Beautiful dreamer, wake on me. Starlight and dewdrops are waiting for thee. Sounds of the rude world heard in the day, lulled by the moonlight, have all passed away. Beautiful dreamer, queen of my song, blessed while I woo thee with a soft melody. Gone are the cares of life's busy throng. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, out on the sea, mermaids are chanting the wild Orly. Over the streamlet, vapors are born, waiting to fade at the bright coming morn. Beautiful dreamer, beam on my heart, e'en as the morn on the streamlet and sea. Then will all clouds of sorrow depart. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me.
I'll remember you long after this endless summer is gone. I'll be lonely, oh so lonely, living only to remember you. I remember you. Your voice is soft as the warm summer breeze. Your sweet laughter, mornings after, ever after. I'll remember you. to your arms someday. I'll return to stay. Till then, I will remember too. Every bright star we made wishes upon. Love me always, promise always. Ooh, you'll remember too. To your arms someday, I'll return to stay. Till then, I
Beautiful.
We're going to give everyone an opportunity now to come forward and just say a final farewell to Charles this morning. I'm going to put a piece of music on. I'm going to ask you to come forward, take a flower, place it on Charles' casket. It's your chance if you wish to leave a kiss and say farewell. Thank you, gents. Ladies, take your time.
Oh, I wish I was in a land of cotton. Old times there are not forgotten. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Sing it, fellas. Oh, I wish I was in Dixie, away, away. In Dixieland I'll take my stand to live and die in Dixie. For Dixieland, where I was born. Early Lord, one frosty morn. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching So hush, little baby, don't you cry. You know your daddy's bound to die. but all my trials, Lord, soon be over. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching. Oh, His truth is marching.
It's now time for us to commit Charles' physical body to the elements. Before we do that, however, let us each be thankful and grateful for his life. I'm going to ask each of you to pause and remember the impact that Charles' life has had on your own. You'll each remember Charles' life by the memories that he leaves behind. Now, those of us who feel deeply may grieve deeply. No philosophy or religion ever taught to us can prevent that natural reaction from the human heart. We come into this world with nothing. We depart with nothing. However, the memories we leave behind with family and with friends, they're a mark of our life success. Charles, as you watch over those you loved, I know that when they listen to the ocean, it'll be your whispers they hear. When a cool breeze caresses their cheeks, it will be your spirit passing by. You are not gone from us. You'll be watching over your family and guiding them towards the future. Try not to think of today as goodbye. Try thinking of today as thank you. Your life we honour, your departure we accept, and your memories we will cherish. Can I please ask everyone to be upstanding at this stage, please? In grief at your death, but gratitude for your life, and for the privilege of sharing it with you, we now tenderly and reverently commit the body of our loved one Charles for cremation. As your spirit and soul rise from your earthly being, know that your family and friends are here to say farewell. Earth to earth, dust to dust. We bid you peace, we bid you farewell. Please feel free this morning to join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen. This morning, Charles, we say farewell. Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Today you've all come together to say farewell to the Charles you know. You now greet the Charles who will live on in your thoughts and your memories. Please rejoice in the happy memories of his life. We are grateful that he's lived, grateful that we've seen his face, heard his voice, felt the touch of his hand, shared his love and shared his friendship. So once again this morning, on behalf of the three boys, of course the extended families, thank you all so much for your presence this morning. For those that have joined us online, once again we say a huge thank you for joining us with an online presence this morning. I know the family wish to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you for the love and friendship you've each shown Charles throughout his lifetime. Once this morning's service concludes, you'll be heading across to Arimba RSL, share a cup of tea, a bite to eat. I'm sure you'll raise a glass or two in honour of Charles' life. Most importantly though, as I mentioned earlier, you've each arrived today carrying your own memories. You've all shared a moment, a time, a place. In essence, you're carrying a part of Charles with you. When you're back at the Arimba RSL, find someone who hasn't heard the story that you're carrying and please share it with them. I'm sure there's a good chance that some of you may be carrying stories that most in this room haven't heard before. Find someone, share it with them. The more we do that, the more that Charles will live on in your memories, in your hearts and in your thoughts. So once again this morning, on behalf of Mackay and myself, thank you all once again.
There must be lights burning brighter somewhere. Got to be birds flying higher in a sky more blue. If I can dream of a better land where all my brothers walk hand in hand, tell me why, oh why can't my dream come true? Oh why? There must be peace and understanding sometime. Strong winds of promise that will blow away the doubt and fear. If I can dream of a warmer sun where hope keeps shining on everyone, tell me why, oh why won't that sun appear? We're lost in a cloud with too much rain. We're trapped in a world that's troubled with pain. But as long as a man has the strength to dream, he can redeem his soul and fly. Deep in my heart, there's a trembling question. Still I am sure that the answer's gonna come somehow. Out there in the dark, there's a beckoning candle, yeah. And while I can think, while I can talk, while I can stand, while I can walk, while I can dream, oh please let my dream come true. Right now, let it come true right now. Oh yeah.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you could kindly follow the
There must be lights burning brighter somewhere. Got to be birds flying higher in a sky more blue. if I can dream of a better land where all my brothers walk hand in hand. Tell me why, oh why can't my dream come true? Oh why? There must be peace and understanding sometime. Strong winds of promise that will blow away the doubt and fear. If I can dream of a warmer sun where hope keeps shining on everyone, tell me why, oh why won't that sun appear? We're lost in a cloud with too much rain. We're trapped in a world that's troubled with pain. But as long as a man has the strength to dream, he can redeem his soul and fly. Deep in my heart, there's a trembling question. Still I am sure that the answer's gonna come somehow out there in the dark.